Morning, guys. So I ended up going past the shelter last night. Got about 3 more miles. In retrospect, though, I think I learned an important lesson. When the weather is questionable, I should have just stopped at the campsite, the shelter space. It was crowded, but I probably could have found the space for me, and just would have gotten set up sooner and in bed and everything else. I don't think three or 4 extra miles was worth the effort that I went through. And it was a rough camp setup. It was getting dark. I wanted to eat. I made a couple of mistakes. So important lesson, kids. Sometimes it is better to go with the safer option than the option that maybe a little bit more conservative, but would have benefited me more in the long run, I think. But I slept pretty good once I got to bed, so hopefully today will end up being a good day. And at Over Mountain Shelter today, which is a pretty famous shelter on the AT, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'll show you when I get there. But it's sunny this morning, which is kind of a nice surprise, so we'll see how long that lasts. All right, bye. So, as I said in the beginning of the video, yesterday wasn't a great day. It was rainy. It wasn't actually that rainy, but it was just rainy enough to make the trail incredibly muddy and wet. Coming over Unaka Mountain, I believe it's called. That was really hard hiking. It's been a little bit better today, but just got to pick me up from a friend who just texted me. Having to get service over here in this top of this small little, peak in between the major peaks. Last night, I camped at mile marker 364 or something like that. It's about 350 miles from Tallahassee to Springer Mountain. So I've now hiked further than if I had started at my house and hiked to the southern terminus at Mount Springer. That's pretty cool. So that was kind of a neat thing to learn this morning. So that's right on. That was excellent. Shout out to Michael Williams. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Bye. So that just gave me actually a great idea. Again, thank you, Michael Williams. And I have a lot of kids watching me, friends and whatnot. I encourage you to go to Google Maps and you can do like a My Map, and you can do a radius around where you live and put it at 364 miles, my last check-in. And so you can see how far I've walked from where you live. And that'll kind of get you inside the map and see kind of give you a reference point for how far I really have walked, but from your own perspective, from your own house. So that's pretty cool. So leave in the comments below where you're from, or if you want to, or where 364 miles is from where you live. I'd be interested to hear that. So cool. All right. Cool thing that I haven't made mention of because the weather's been kind of so-so, and obviously, as I was in Hot Springs, North Carolina, and then Irwin, Tennessee, and I was at the state boundary in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. But pretty much through this whole section, up until after Roan Mountain a little bit. So in the next couple days, when we turn into Tennessee for good, we've really been walking the state boundary up here in this ridgeline. So here's something pretty cool. I'm up on this ridge right now. Those mountains that you see over in that direction, that's Tennessee. There's the trail. I'm a little off to the side right now. Off on this side, on this ridgeline, that's North Carolina. So that's kind of neat. We've been doing that, like I said, basically since the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And we'll continue to do so for the next couple days. Not feeling too long because it's raining real bad, but we have made it to the top of Roan Mountain. You can see the trail today. It's very rainy. We're very close, probably a little less than half a mile from the Roan High Knob Shelter, which is the highest shelter on the AT, way up over 6,000 feet. This will be the last time I'm up over 6,000 feet until I get to New Hampshire, or perhaps Vermont. I think it's New Hampshire, but very cool. I am going to put the phone away so it keeps working, and so I can navigate these trails a little faster and take a break in the shelter, get out of the rain for a minute before I move on. I have about 7 more miles today to get to the shelter I really want to camp at. Check that out. That's kind of cool. This is some of this is from the old Cloudland Hotel that used to be up here way back in the day. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to get through all this mud, and I'll get back to you guys later. Bye. So this is not a water source or stream that I'm crossing. This is the Appalachian Trail today, coming down off of Roan Mountain. Fun times.